If you're thinking about becoming a web designer in 2025, honestly, now's the perfect time. With all of the AI software like Lovable, Reloom, Canva, our jobs are being taken over and it's time to take back what we offer over what AI products are producing. You don't need a fancy degree. You don't need a fancy setup. I mean, look at my background. I'm in the process of moving. You just need the right tools, a bit of patience, a clear starting point, an open mind. So if you're ready to get started, let's go. Alright, if you're new here, my name is Gabe. I'm a senior web designer with experience working with large companies like Simpler Trading and Callaway Golf Interactive. I'm also a Framer expert. First things first, web design in 2025 isn't about memorizing code, it's about learning how to think like a designer. What does that mean? That means solving problems, making things easy to use, creating experiences, and storytelling for people to enjoy. Guess what? You can absolutely learn this. So if you're starting out from zero, I'm here to break it down for you how I got started and where you can go from here. First thing I want to talk about is Figma. Huge. Web designer, this is absolutely the one you want to go with. Figma is where you design your ideas. Think of it like your digital sketchbook for wireframes, web design layouts, style guides. It all starts here. It's free to start, but it used to be way more free. Now you only get 3 pages. You only get 3 projects for free, but you can kind of work around that by creating one project and multiple pages in that project. That's how I do it anyway. It's lightweight and it teaches you design fundamentals naturally as you build. So, I mean, I would say just dive into it and keep playing around with it. The official Figma YouTube channel has a lot of tutorials that you can look at and learn from. And then once you get those fundamentals down, you can kind of just experiment with it as you go. You absolutely need to have this tool, like I mentioned, under your belt in order to thrive in today's market. Take it from me. Having worked with a lot of different teams, I've noticed that nobody really has a ton of experience with it still to this day. Can you believe it? If they do, they don't always follow best practices like using auto layouts or creating reusable components, things that you really need for handing it off to the developer. So let me break it down to you in 4 simple steps. 1, learn layout and hierarchy, how to arrange things clearly. 2, understand spacing and alignment, make things feel more balanced, breathing. Without this crucial step, it's going to be hard for people to follow what your page is, you know? 3, get comfortable using components, like I mentioned in the previous statement about whom I worked with. Get comfortable with using components and auto layout. Auto layout is super important. There's a lot of videos floating around talking about Figma to Framer, Figma to Webflow, whatever. The only way for that to work is to really master auto layout, which is basically like Flexbox. 4, practice designing simple websites. Just take a simple website that you like, you get inspiration from, and just kind of rebuild it from scratch. Just practice everything you can. Just click around. Just dive in. You have nothing to lose. I know it feels intimidating at first, but just try it. Trust me, just try it. It's like playing a video game or lifting weights. Just go do it. Okay, once you're cute and comfy and cozy with Figma, hop on over to a no-code builder like Webflow or Framer. Wix Studio is one, but honestly, I hate the overall UI and how it's dumbed down for non-business web designers to get their hands dirty in it. It's for more like business owners to just jump ahead, in my opinion. I don't know. There's a lot of good people out there that use it, but it just really isn't for me, honestly. There is another one. It's called Show It, I think. You might see a lot of these guys looking to build these ebooks and strategies with these things, but it's really just one of those super simple drag and drop things. It's kind of bloated with a bunch of code that really slows down the site. Framer, for one, is built with React, and it just has a lot of endless possibilities that you can do, like creating things that aren't out of the box with Framer. So that's one thing to keep in mind. Webflow is the same way. You can build it with React or JavaScript. Definitely, those 2 are my top choices. My number 1 choice is Framer at the moment. I have a ton of experience in Webflow. Webflow, I've been doing it for 4 or 5 years as a pro. My portfolio site is built with it, and I need to move it over to Framer because, I'm a Framer expert now, and I'm exclusively doing Framer stuff right now. So yeah, what's up with me? Anyway, just like Figma, go ahead and play around with the templates and reverse engineer each section and component to kind of really get a grasp of how things are built out and kind of remix or clone it yourself and just experiment with it. I know it's easy to just say, hey dude, go ahead and practice or whatever. But you really do just gotta just try it out. Like try doing stuff and building it out. Best resources to start with from scratch while you are away from your computer. This is what you can do on the couch, on the toilet, anywhere, on the beach, vacation. These ebooks are what really helped me elevate myself from an average designer to an elite designer, simply by changing the way I think and approach things when I build. 1. Refactoring UI. This one's a little older, about 8 years, but this is exactly what I started with when I wanted to move from front-end dev to a better designer. I had to teach myself. The team that I worked with was tiny, so I really had to like meet deadlines. I had to really push myself. So this book, Refactoring UI, is my first ebook, which got me started in a better approach for how I look at elements and components like cards, nav bars, pills, CTA sections, you know, things like that. This kind of sets me apart from most already, in that a lot of designers don't really think about reusable components and how you can just create a faster workflow. So just knowing this kind of style of designing UI components will really like put you above and beyond just a regular designer, you know. All right, so number 2, a super old book, really old, but this is very important. I don't hear a lot of other people talking about this, because when you look up things on the web about how to become a web designer or whatever, first thing you're gonna see is just a bunch of SEO stuff about actual web design, like the layouts and stuff. But really, if you really want to be an elite designer and step up from the ground up, you need to learn HTML, CSS, and in some cases JavaScript. So, super old book. It's called HTML and CSS Design. It's on Amazon right now. I'm looking at it. Sheesh. I don't know where the actual physical copy is. It's in my house somewhere, but like I said, I'm moving, so I gotta find it. I would put it right here on display for you. But anyway, it's called HTML and CSS Design and Build Websites. I know it's super basic, but dang, does this give you some knowledge, especially if you're brand new. Trust me, if you're brand new, look at this. Anyway, this helps you understand the basic building blocks of the web, which in turn helps you understand how a page should be structured, which gives you a leg up, since most designers don't understand the technical side. So when they're designing stuff, sometimes they just throw stuff up on the screen. They don't understand the box model. They don't understand grids or anything like that. Or they may, but you know, they don't really know the technical side. So when they hand it off to the devs get really mad and angry. They're like, ugh. Anyway, 3. Lastly, most recently, this one's pretty clutch. This is what got me in the last 6 months to really start thinking about modern stuff. So it's 2 ebooks. One is called The Ultimate Guide to Web Design, which if you look that up, I don't know, there's probably like 100 of them called that. So the exact title is called Design Like a Pro, a UI Professional's Ultimate Guide to Web Design, How to Find Clients, Get Paid, Manage Projects, design high converting websites in Figma and deliver work. Okay, so I mean, that title is enough to just get me started. I found this guy. His name is Adrian K. UI Adrian. He's on LinkedIn. I found him. He's everywhere now, on Twitter, I think. If you're in the field, you probably know who he is. But anyway, he came out with this book and I bought it. I think it cost $9, which is a steal for this knowledge. And I mean, it talks about a lot of stuff that I personally already knew, but if you're getting started, you would start immediately thinking about, you know, the future and how things are supposed to be laid out. So this is a perfect little guide. It even has some stuff how to get started with freelancing, so it's perfect. Second book is from Adrian himself, Adrian K. It's called How to Design Better UI. So if you notice the little trend here, UI and UX goes hand in hand with web design, as in you need to be able to understand how to develop little components like cards, forms, things of that nature. So these are all reusable. You need to think that these are all little pieces on a grid and they can be reused again on another page. This will help expedite stuff. This will help workflow better with your teammates. So all that being said, those are my top 3, aka 4 books that I would get started with. Another thing that I would like to talk about really fast. Hold on, I'm not trying to rant. I'm not trying to ramble. Let me tell you, I started off with Udemy a long time ago. So, I mean, they would do these $9 courses here and there, and I got like 15 of them. I never used them all. I used 3 of them. I don't even know if they're still there anymore, but there's probably some modern ones. I learned how to use Bootstrap, Tailwind. I learned how to use WordPress and Elementor and stuff like that. I would probably need to talk about that in another video. That's another thing that a lot of people are probably hearing about. I don't recommend personally, but I will in another video. So if you want to know more about why I don't like WordPress and Elementor and that kind of thing, you'll have to stay tuned, okay? Okay, now that you have all of this down, this is only the very beginning of your journey and my journey. As I teach and I make these videos, it makes me feel confident because of all of my years of experience. I want to finally just, give back and really take my stuff up to the next level as well. So with that being said, the biggest advice I can give for now is don't overthink it. You hear it all the time, but I understand it finally. Just don't overthink it. Pick a project, build it. You have to do. One thing that you must do right now, after you watch this video, after you watch the other videos, if you discovered this video, that means you want to learn how to do web design now. So if you're watching it, do one thing for me, and that's build your portfolio. Start with 3 projects. Actually, just start with the portfolio. Don't even have any projects. Just have one portfolio. Design it in Figma or write it down on a piece of paper. Design it in Figma, like I said, and just play around until you're comfortable with something. Doesn't matter what it is. Just once you get, it's like working out. I mean, look at me, I'm big. I didn't get like this because I was scared to go into the gym. I got like this because I started working out and looking at other people and saying, I want to look like that. And when you look at a web design page, you're like, I want to do that. You see these people driving supercars and stuff, you're like, I want to do that. So guess what? Do it. Get in there and start getting your reps in. So like I said, pick a project, build it, your portfolio, and then do another one and start building your projects. Do one project, do the next project, do the next project until your portfolio is full. But first, start with your portfolio using those things that I mentioned. It doesn't have to be those 3 books. Just pick a book. You could start with YouTube. You can start with Udemy. Those have been really helpful. I'm telling you, just observing people, listening to them. But after you listen to them on their videos or you read the books, apply it. Just like working out with the weights. Get your reps in and apply it. Okay? Just scratching the surface. I love looking at myself in this camera. It's hilarious. Please stay tuned as I actually build something in Figma for you guys. Let's go.